Greetings everyone, this is Mike Wright, the Astro Sherpa, dropping in with a special report. We are looking at a moon in Cancer. So this is us feeling this emotional tides. So we can have a divine moment at any time if you're tuned into the spiritual side and you're tuning out of the lower earth vibes. So we're going to talk about that which is hidden. So Venus coming into Pisces here, we're going to start attracting the things into our own spiritual story where you will see things that you didn't think were possible. Some of these things are phantoms or vapors or figments of your imagination that are going to be stimulated by this energy hitting us, and then the outer world, artificial world's going to be pumping this huge false projection, keeping everybody in a state of stress, which is constant worry and fear that something's going to happen. So if you're tuning into your spiritual, sensual nature, you will feel these outer energies and start to understand them. You've been experiencing them all your life and you were probably dismissing them. This can also create intense dreaming. And when we're in the dream world, this is our higher mind replaying and kind of sorting and correlating the events that occurred in this dense 3D shadow world we're in. So I'm going to talk about that which was hidden, and Pluto is the master of washing away all the detritus. Pluto is the cauldron. So we are looking at what has been washed by Saturn through its process of accountability, and what was left over. There's a lot of gems and gold, pearls of wisdom laying around like crazy. It's being revealed left and right. We are at the pinnacle of the information age. So these artificial entities that we're competing against have blown you away. You're obsolete compared to them and what they understand now. So your best defense and offense is to tap into your natural power you've always had. And that is the sensual nature inside your body and outside the body. So when we're looking at this progression of our psyche and the personas it presents, we're looking at 12 aspects here. And each aspect has an opposition. So in reality, there's 6. And then this whole wheel is broken up into 4 segments. Okay, and then there's 3. 1, 2, 3 water elements. There's 3 air elements, 3 fire elements, etc. So 3 earth elements. So numbers are everywhere, hidden, and these numbers and degrees have a lot of power and understanding, and this has been recorded for a long time. What we're now sorting out is there is a bigger cycle where this whole wheel we're looking at, if you imagine a line down here on the bottom with the contact point, with this thing slowly rolling, we're turning in from this Pisces era aeon, era. It's 1/12 of the whole shebang. We're clicking into Aquarius now. So we're on the cusp of the Aquarius age. We've been feeling the Aquarius swell for at least since Neptune was back in Pisces 150 years ago, and they had a massive spiritual awakening. Back then, there was immense information uncovered from around the world that was buried in time. So these things have now been translated into English and other Spanish and other languages, where the common person now has access to that which was hidden. So Cancer is the deep sea, where in the beginning was the water throughout space, dark space. The only way life could form on one of these hard balls of ice or rock, or dense form that had coalesced together through the gravitational force. Water needed light to make life grow. So in the beginning was water, and there's deep, deep, dark understanding in Cancer here. So the belief was our soul incarnates into this 3D reality through the moon sublunar realm, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. So the moon rules our body and the tides of the liquids in the body coming and going. Your blood, the tears in your eyes, your lubricant in the lower regions. And so we have a lot of liquids. So that is what is affected by these phases, and it works on our pituitary gland and these other glands in the body. So when it comes into a fire sign like Leo, this is when our circulation and our heart come under tension or awareness, where we feel the vibrational frequencies of the moon. So what that does is trigger the memory, lead, Saturn, time. Time has stored all our memory and wounds in our physical body. So when the moon comes around and vibrates these frequencies, our memories are triggered. So when you pay attention and follow and tune in to this, you can reveal what was hidden. And we can slowly resolve these things by adding like to like, or using, if you have for instance, Jupiter here in Aries can cause a lot of headaches, extreme fiery energy, where your liver and gallbladder are under serious attack if you're not healthy, if you don't have fresh air and you haven't been exercising. So these planetary energies do affect our physical presence. This has been documented by every culture. So when we tune into this gives us full awareness of when we need to just relax, stay out of the pull, the tides, or you'll get sucked out into the sea. And there's a lot of sea monsters out there. Trust me, I've been deep down in the ocean and seen it. But we're here ascending from Cancer to up the mountain, Capricorn, but Pluto has thrown the veil, the shadow of the mountain. So that's us, our mind's still in this underworld state. And we joke about, Pluto and the underworld and Hades, and all these are symbols. So we use this as Mercury, the mind, air, thinking, communications, travel, open air movement. So Mercury went retrograde, which this is our mind going back and looking at the power structures that were built from the previous generations. This is over. It's crumbling. Pluto is destroying that. When it comes into Aquarius, the first thing in Aquarius, it's just going to blip in here, but it's going to start destroying the things friend groups, old friends you thought would always be around. They're going to start, some people will die. We reach stages in the life where people leave. We're dissolving, and we'll see who is worthy of being in your time, your time space. We're leaving time space understanding, but we're still here until we get this journey completed with Pluto moved in, and Saturn will have to have completed its journey through Pisces, starting in Aries. Then that is your bag's packed, you're on your new journey, new personalities, new physical capabilities. Hopefully you've released yourself from the emotional bondage of the moon. So our first step in climbing the ladder is recognizing our emotional patterns and releasing the bondage and attachment to them. So you've transcended the emotional pull in and out, feeling like you have to be, felt to be secure. You don't. So we're getting this wonderful energy to heal. And Jupiter, when it hits Chiron, the wounded heal, this is everybody getting a fresh ego start. Unless you're going to be one of the walking dead, the zombies, living in the world of the artificial and the plastic. So this is time to release your fear of being worthy. Uranus up here in Taurus says your higher mind is, you got a fresh, big jolt of energy. We're now all hooked up to 220 power. That's double. 120 is the lower voltage. So we're all jacked into this 220 electricity running through the body. And if your heart's open and your left and right brain are harmonized, you will experience the most amazing energetic force that you could possibly imagine. And that will awaken you, illuminate you, that you are in a magnificent creation. And you are a part of that. So what's running through your body is eternal energy, and you have an eternal connection to the intellectual mind, which knows all this. So you have to clear your fear and grab your authority to make that connection, and then you will ascend to a higher dimension. And so this is not, hocus pocus, crazy whack job, new age BS. This is scientifically proven with the focus of the mind and the power of the heart through quantum physics. They're showing this. Everything's a wave formula. So every decision you make and do has a top and bottom, a bright and a dark side to it. So it's where you focus your mind. Are you going to be the bottom wave all the time and do damage and destruction? Or are you going to go to your higher self and see the world from its best possible perspective? Pisces lives it all. From the darkest dark to the brightest bright. This is the cosmic energy. But it's two fish swimming in opposite directions, but they're always tied together. So this shows us that no matter what, we are always part of one. We're just, our own individual frequency. So once you discover your unique frequency, you can see your potential forever. and drop in and out of timelines and create and do the most amazing things. But the pain in your body and in your emotions are the accumulation of toxic habits and patterns given to you by, your circumstances. So, enough on the hard, dark, shadow stuff, but we got to deal with it, because this moon comes over Black Moon Lilith, which was in opposition to the new moon start. So where Pluto's going to hit here, coming up in the end of March, this will trigger your last, this fear-mongering and that which was hidden, our obsessions with, whatever it is. You gotta just face it, repent, let it go, whatever. It's not worth it, trust me. Excuse me, I'm gotta quit saying trust me. That's a huckster, and you're gonna hear a lot of hucksters out there, carnival barkers. The spiritual world is exploding, but it has many facets to it, and there's a lot of traps that will keep your ego trapped in 3D form if you let it. So you do not need to follow anyone but your own heart. And everybody's going to look to follow somebody and something, and then they're going to be massively distrustful, because over the next 5 years, as this information floods into the average psyche, people are going to go in splinter directions, and then this is going to cause the universal mental mind to become unstable for a while, just because the laws are going to be stretched and abused because of people's new awareness. So if this doesn't make sense to you yet, it will, as you put away the ego projection and fears. So let's show you some little symbology about what was hidden. So if we look at this silver dollar, and you see the eagle there, Ben Franklin was adamantly opposed to having the eagle for America's symbol. He thought it was a warmongering bird that he didn't like at all. He wanted the wild turkey. And he probably drank a lot of wild turkey, but anyway, that's another story. So the turkey was an intelligent bird, one of the smartest birds, which literally felt the pain of every member in its flock. So Ben Franklin's mental process was that the United States would feel the pain of each separate state, so that we could all in union protect the whole. So he saw the eagle as too warmongering, and he wanted America to be the intellectual freedom mind of the world, where people could come to the West and it be the new Library of Alexandria. And so this has been corrupted. If you look down here, the eagle is clasping some arrows in one claw, which is be prepared for war, Mars, separation. This is the protective principle. And then in the other side, it's holding a laurel branch. Laurel was the Greek branch used in divination and magic. So America was founded on magic and Mars and war. So they have this nice shield too, with these, separate lines. And then what's most interesting in this coin are the stars. So let's count them. There's 1, 3, 4, and 5. How odd. Why not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So there's 13 stars there, and you would say maybe that's for the 13 colonies. You might be right, but in reality, it's 12 stars balancing on one. And this is a hidden principle of the number 13, which is, this top right prime principle from 13 and 1. And when you spiral 1, 2, 3, 4, in a spiral, 13 is on top of 1. So that's 12 on 1. So this shows equilibrium. But it also, there's a hidden number in here. If you take each row and add them up, so the bottom row, 1 star, 1. The next row, 3 stars, 3. The next row, 4 stars, 4. Top row, 5. So add up 5, 4, 3, 1. What number do you get? Oh, that's what's called the occult, or the hidden. So 13, yeah, guess what? 1 and 3 is 4. So this possesses the 4 elements: power, peace, magic, protection, power, the eagle, and then this freedom. So just a little fun thing to see about that which was hidden. On the other side of this coin, Lady Liberty. So Lady Liberty was your soul that was trapped in the body form, and it took illumination to free liberty, this trapped essence of the divine intellect. And this was wisdom. It took wisdom to get here to free this. So we're all coming into this, hidden, that which was hidden, the occult, the apocalypse. All these scary words were kept, were meant to keep you in fear, but what it was is just symbols and numbers with power attached to it. So we're coming into this awareness. So for those of you who comment, I'll flip you a little tarot card to show you what energy's out there. Any new subscriber, I'll give you 3 past, present, future energies, or what you're digesting, present, or what's coming. So the star, how appropriate, Aquarius. So this sun is pumping this Aquarius vibes. Anyway, keep tuning in and keep walking forward. Do not look back. The dark is literally trying to drag, those last few wavering people trying to break out of purgatory. So anybody in the dark that just send them positive vibrations. Don't project your bullshit and telling them what to do and where to be and blah, 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 blah. That's lower density shit. Just literally be so brilliant that they want to do what you're doing and find out why. The first step on this whole path is you got to question and then learn for yourself. Don't trust the outer world. It's full of deceit and lies and deception. Anyway, I hope everybody's well. Astro, Sherpa out.